Are you a busy family juggling work, kids, and the thought of moving to your dream home? Let me share how my proven HSR method can make this process smooth and stress-free. So, balancing work from home, work from the office, balancing the kids' schedules and all of your family commitments, but also the stress of navigating the real estate market, your financial concerns, and choosing the right neighborhood. I know how important that is to you. I've worked with countless families like you who felt overwhelmed with questions. Harpreet, how fast can we sell our home? Harpreet, how fast can we find our new home? Harpreet, what's the right school district, or like which school is better for our children? Is now the best time to buy? Is now the best time to sell? Is a corner lot going to be better for us? Harpreet, what should we focus on? Hi, I'm Harpreet Sandhu. I'm a real estate broker and the founder of the HSR Team and a real estate educator. I created the HSR method based on years of experience helping families like yours make life-changing moves. And the HSR method, it's refined down to really three parts. First is the hands-on guidance. I'm going to be with you every step of the way from preparing your home to finding the perfect one. I'm going to be with you along the whole journey. Your family's going to get to know me. Next is we simplify the process. This is a big complex project we're taking on together, but we've simplified it. We break down every step so it's clear, it's manageable, even with your busy schedule. This way, you know at all times what's happening. There's never any confusion. That's why the hands-on part comes in, and we simplify it to make it really easy for you. And lastly, it's the results. You're going to love the results because your family deserves nothing less than perfection. That's the reality. Your family deserves the perfection. So let me share a story. I had clients, and these are clients I've worked with many times, and they're like family. So I helped them buy their first home, go from renting to buying their first home, and they bought a semi-detached home. It was perfect for their family at that time, but then their family started to grow. And they gave me a call and they said, Harpreet, it's time. It's time. We need to find something bigger. We need more space. We need to be in a better school district. And our kids need a bigger backyard. And the shared driveway with the neighbors is not cutting it anymore. We need a bigger home. So they really felt cramped in this house. And this is where I came in. So we took our HSR method, and the first conversation we had was, well, do we sell first or do we buy first? So that's what they were unsure of. Sell or buy first, then sell. And at the end of the day, we went through the pros and cons of both. We looked at the market and we determined what would be best for them. So in this case, they ended up buying first because what they told me was very important to them was to be in a specific area because of its location and proximity to the highway. So going to work would be super easy for the family. But also, they wanted a new home. They wanted something brand new that nobody's ever lived in before. And with my wealth of experience working in pre-construction real estate, we found them a great project for a detached home within their budget. It'll be brand new, and now they're going to be able to pick all the finishes and kind of set it up the way they want. So we went through a number of projects. We went out to builders' showrooms, and they settled on a house and a floor plan that worked for them. So now what was great here, we had time. We had about a year or so to kind of plan it all out, to plan out when the next step would be, which is to sell their home. And the thing with pre-construction is the move-in date can be a moving target. But regardless, almost a year went by essentially, and it was time for them to move to their new home. They had the firm move-in date. This is where I come in. It's time to list their home. So now the HSR method kicks back in, because in this case, they already found their dream home And now we just need to liquidate or sell their current home. And it ended up working out for them. And in this case, we discussed how, the moving could be really hectic and they wanted to do a bunch of new work in their home before they moved. So we planned it out so they were able to have both homes for a short period. So we sold their current home, but we had an overlap on the closing of a few weeks. So this way they could take their time getting their new home ready, take their time moving in and getting settled in, and they weren't stressed on everything needed to be done in one day. So this is where our expertise comes in, and we can help you have that conversation with your lender to provide something called bridge financing. And this ended up working out beautifully. And at the end of the day, it was having a clear approach, super organized steps, and they knew what was happening throughout the whole process. There was never any confusion. They didn't feel the stress, or at least we were able to relieve the stress they had with this big move with kids and packing and organizing and booking the movers and also doing the renovations in their new home. So there was a lot going on. So then came the part of financing. Are we going to be able to get bridge financing? Harpreet, what is bridge financing? How does bridge financing work? And this is, I was able to connect them with a lender, and they were able to kind of arrange all of that. And that's one of those beautiful stories of a family that we've helped and using our HSR method. Now, if you're thinking of doing this and you're thinking of moving and you're stressed out, let me give you some practical tips. The number one tip, if you've seen my other videos, it's something I always say. You need to have a clear vision. You need to have a clear vision of what you want in your new home. So you might need to just take some time, go for a walk, sit down, and really try to come up with a clear vision. What does your new home look like? What are your must-haves? What do you and your family need? It's number one, have that clear vision. Number two, you need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Why? Because you need to know your budget. The pre-approval, this is going to be an ongoing process. We'll still need to most likely have a financing condition when you find the ideal home, but you need to be pre-approved, right? This is going to tell you your budget and more like your max budget. So it tells you you could go up to this much, but then we're going to be able to sit down together and look at your must-haves, look at your vision. Where are these properties? How much do they cost? And how do they align with your budget? Lastly, start packing. And what do I mean by that? Well, you don't even know what we're going to do. You don't even know if you're going to sell, you're going to buy first. But you need to start to kind of declutter and prepare your current home. A lot of people get overwhelmed with packing and they want to throw things out and get rid of all the stuff they've been holding on to. So why not start now? Start to declutter, prepare your current home. Less is going to be more. And this is going to make the selling process a lot easier for you. It's going to be less stressful for you, but it's also going to make the moving and the packing even easier because you've already decluttered. So these are just a few ways the HSR method simplifies the process for busy families like yours. And I want you to imagine this, a smooth move into your new home where your family feels happier with more space, better schools, and having a really true sense of community. That's what I want for you. That's my vision for you. So if this kind of speaks to you, let's chat. Visit my website, hsr.team, get a copy of the HSR method, or to learn about how we can help move you and your family with ease using our HSR method. Reach out to me, Harpreet at hsr.team, or send me a message on Instagram at soldbyharp. The HSR method is not just a process. It's a promise to make your family's move seamless and stress-free. You're not moving to a new home. You're moving to a better future for your family. Let me help you get there. And that's going to be the end of today's podcast episode. My name's Harpreet. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a comment, hit like, share this with someone who's thinking of moving. But you can also find our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So please Be sure to leave a rating. But more importantly, if you made it to the end of this podcast, send me a message on Instagram. Tell me what you think and tell me what you want to hear of. Until next time, I'm Harpreet.